What's up, guys? So we got our Syils all powered up and ready to go. Travis came in, he hooked everything up, he even put the level on it, got it leveled out. So we're gonna be going through the controls, and I wrote a little test program so we can move this thing around and see what it's all about. Starting off, you see we got the Syntec control, but over here on the side, see we got some side panels here, just a quick on and off side panel. But what I wanna show you here is the machine's gonna come in with 380 volts. And we got the power transformer here that's going to convert this to something that we use here in America. So if your shop's got 220, they're going to send you a transformer that can take you down to 220. If you got 480, you're also going to get a transformer that can bring you up to 480. So it's not an issue. Now the LNC control is the only one that will hook up to 220 single phase power. If you go with the Syntec or the Siemens control, then you're going to need to convert that to 3-phase power before you run these machines. Now the good thing is that you can get a phase converter to go from that 220 single phase to 220 3-phase. Power on and off here, got your control cabinet, and your coolant is going to come out through the back of the machine right here. It's going to dump into this trough, which is going to take it back to your coolant tank. Coming on around, you got your coolant pump here. It's going to take your coolant to the machine. Air inlet right here, but right here is where you got your weigh oil. All right, coming on around, we got another panel here, and I'm going to take this one off so we can see our tool changer. Pop our little handles out, off comes the door. Now you can see our nice little 16 tool automatic tool changer. Now I highly recommend that when you get this machine in, that you take this off and take a measurement from this face out to this lip here. And that's going to tell you how long of a tool that you can safely put in this tool changer. You want to get that measurement, write it down, put it on the front of your machine, put it on your computer, somewhere that you're going to see it to know that when you put a tool in your spindle and it does a tool change, that it's going to clear as it rotates around. So that's very important. I've seen a few comments of people saying that, oh, these things take a long time to change a tool, like 16 seconds or something like that. We're going to show you today that that's just not true. That may be true for something like a umbrella tool changer, but for these side mount tool changers, you're not going to have that long tool change like people say you will. We'll see that in just a second. Now, before we go on and show you more stuff about this machine, I just want to quickly say that I've seen a few comments about this machine being manufactured in China and this and that, and I just want to make something very clear here. This machine is actually not made or manufactured in China. It's actually assembled in China. A lot of the components on this machine are made in countries that are associated with high quality, such as Germany, Switzerland, Japan. Take the sheet metal, for example. This sheet metal is made at the same facility in Germany that makes the sheet metal for Heller machines. And what we want you to understand here is the entire mission of Titans of CNC is to lift up this trade and to help give you a better skill set so you can make more money to provide for your family. And by us becoming the exclusive national distributor for these Syil machines, we're expanding on that so you can bring your ideas to life. If you have a dream of owning your own shop or to develop your own product, we're trying to bring you an affordable option that you can put in your home or put in your shop to allow you to do that. And if you're interested, go to our website at titansofcnc.com and scroll down till you see the Syils. You can see any information that you want. And if you're interested in purchasing a machine, or if you just want more information, then you can email Keith at titansofcnc.com. So these machines don't come with anywhere to hang your air nozzle and your coolant wash down. So we actually made this piece to fit right here in the corner to hang these on. Now we're going to put this up on our website, so if you guys have a printer or you want to make your own, we'll have this up for you to download. Now let's talk about this control in a little bit more depth. So some of you FANUC users will notice that this keyboard is very similar to a FANUC machine. And down here, you got the same knobs and buttons that you would see anywhere else. You got your feed, your spindle, your rapid override knobs. You've got your auto mode, MDI, MPG, which is manual pulse generator, or our hand wheel, and jog, literally everything that you would see on other machines. Over here you got your cycle start button and your feed hold button. Now this is something I really like. This is one of those fine details that really makes it stand out. What this is you see magazine number. What this is the stage tool that is in the ATC, or the tool that's going to be called next. And then you got your spindle number. So this is the tool number that's in the spindle currently. So this is a really nice feature because you don't have to really search for where this information is on the screen. You can quickly see it right here on the control. All right, now let's look at the graphical screen and talk about some of these menus that you're going to see. All right, so when you first power the machine up, you're going to see this screen that you see here. This is just what they call the information screen, or if you're used to FANUC, this would be your position screen. You'll see your machine position, your absolute, your relative positions, and you'll see down here on the bottom, we've got a couple things that we can do from this screen. And on the right side of the screen is the different menus. So as you can see, we got information screen highlighted, which is the screen you see here. Now if we go to NC, that's going to be our program. We can make edits, call up a different program. We can do whatever we want to the program right here. And as you can see, I've got a test program that I wrote called up. So we're going to move these axes around, cut the spindle on. We'll see what it sounds like here in just a minute. So next we got our WCS/tool screen. So here you see your work offsets, G54. We can only see the G57 here, but if we push down, you'll see we've got 100 different work offsets. This is standard on the control. This is not an option. So we come back here, back to our G54. We can also push tool set and see our tool offsets. We see our length and our diameter. Now for the tool offsets, we've got 96 that we can use. Now another cool little function is that we can call a tool into the spindle straight from this screen. Now you do have your MDI screen that you can manually call one up just like you would any other machine, but we can go back right here and go to tool change, type our number in, and then just hit execute, and that changes the tool into the spindle. Now we're going to do that and let you see, so you can see just how fast this side mount tool changer is. All right, so all we're going to do is hit our tool change button. This comes up, we're going to type in tool 2, enter, and now all we got to do is hit execute, but I'm actually going to pull my phone out and I'm going to see if I can't time it. All right, so execute. I might have stopped it a little early, but that was right at 3 seconds. That's pretty good. Man, that thing was smooth, wasn't it? Let's actually move the axes and see what it sounds like. So I'm gonna take my hand wheel, I'm gonna put it in MPG, and now to open the door, we hit this F4 key, and that unlocks the door. Now check this out. Now you don't hear nothing. That thing is smooth. So we're going to get a better preview of what it sounds like and how it moves when we run my program that I wrote. So another thing I want to show you is, see these little black lines on my table? Now what I did there is I just put a Sharpie in a drill chuck and went over to the axis limits of the X-axis and kind of just marked on the table. So this is your limit on both negative and positive of your X-axis. You can see I still got a pretty good bit of table here on both sides. So we could actually mount a very large part on our table, but that's just a little over 15 inches of travel that you're seeing there. Now we've got a tool setter mounted on the table, and as you can see, we could actually move it over a little bit on our table. Now for our machine, we don't have a spindle probe, but we're going to be using our Heimer 3D tester to touch off our work offsets and all of that on here. If you want to save costs, you don't have to go with a tool probe or a spindle probe. So you can get something like the Heimer 3D tester to save a little money. So next we have our monitor screen. We hit our button here. This is going to be basically where you run your program at. So I can see a little bit of my code, and I can see some of the G codes that is active, my feed rate, my spindle speed. Everything I need to see while a program is running is right here on this screen. So that's our monitor screen. Next we got our maintenance, manufacturer screens, and lastly we got our setting screen. Now this is where things like your parameters are stored. So that's enough of talking about that. I actually want to run this program so you guys can actually hear and see this thing move. We're actually going to run up to about 10,000 RPMs because I want you to hear that spindle. It is super quiet. All right, now to run this, we're just going to hit execute. So that's going to take us to the monitor screen. Now we're just going to put it in auto mode. Now hit cycle start. Now listen to that. That's 5,000 RPMs. I can't even hardly hear it. And I'm doing just a dynamic tool path here. It's kind of interpolating from the outside to the inside, moving all axes. We're about 240 inches a minute. Man, you just cannot hear that table moving at all. Dude, that thing is fast. Those rapids, holy cow. All right, guys, so that's the walk around on the machine. Now, this would be a good place to go ahead and hit that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't already, because in our next video, we're throwing this piece of material in that machine to make some chips. Now, this ain't just any piece of material. This is Monel K500. So this is going to be our first chips we make on this machine. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next time.